Deputy President William Ruto has called for meaningful inclusion of persons living with disabilities in policy making in the country. Speaking in Kijabe during the commemoration of the International Day of Persons Living with Disabilities, Ruto said Kenyans must work towards ending the stigma that has curtailed the integration of the vulnerable groups into the society.
On Thursday, Kenya joined the world in marking the International Day for Persons Living with Disabilities under the theme Building Back Better Towards a Disability-Inclusive, Accessible and Sustainable Post-COVID-19 World. Deputy President William Ruto, who led the commemoration in Kijabe, said the government is working on ensuring the inclusivity of vulnerable groups in policy making.
If there is anything that we can do as the government of Kenya to ensure that you achieve that particular mission of ensuring that any child with a correctable disability is assisted before their second birthday, the government of Kenya is willing and we are ready to partner with you to achieve that particular mission.
Ruto said that stigma remains one of the biggest challenges facing people living with disabilities in Kenya. Meanwhile, nominated Senator Isaac Mwaura has called for a change of attitudes towards persons living with disabilities. The legislator says lack of support for the group has led to unfair competition and hindered their access to employment opportunities.
Really, what we are doing through BBI, we cannot reduce a serious discussion to only ethnic inclusion. Your Excellency, there are so many other fraternities that want to be included in the management of this country. And one of those fraternity is people with disabilities.
The health center will know the catchment area. How many persons with disability are around them? How many wanahitaji auxiliary crutches? How many require elbow crutches? How many require wheelchairs? So they will always be having them.
In Bungoma County, persons living with disabilities urge the government to do more in ensuring their protection in the society. The calls coming even as leaders in Kajiado County call for intellectual empowerment of children living with disability.
The message of people with disability for me is very clear. Just telling us, help us to have my opportunities. No compassion, no empty promises. Don't look at me as a number. Don't look at me like I'm a second-class human being. Because if they can see all the disabilities that we have in our heart, we will be in problems.
Chilean ambassador to Kenya, Alejandra Guerra, urged counties and national governments to collaborate in breaking down barriers that hinder persons with disabilities from exercising their human rights and fundamental freedoms.
Since it is necessary that all actors in society continue to work together with the same goal, and that every person with disability can have a dignified and fruitful life with equal rights in society.
A lot of people are dying of starvation. A lot of people lost jobs. A lot of people are living hungry. You can imagine the situation of a disabled person at a time like this.
Regina Manyara reporting for Channel 1 News.